Did you know Japan has over 130,000 people living past 100? That's more than almost any country on Earth. Now look at us here in the United States. We spend billions every year on supplements, compression socks, and circulation gadgets. And we still deal with cold feet, swollen ankles, heavy legs, and that numb, tingly feeling, especially after 50. So what are the Japanese doing differently? It's not just sushi and green tea. It's not just good genes. Look at their oldest folks. Many are in their 90s and still walking to the store, still climbing their own stairs, still steady on their feet. The secret isn't a fancy workout. It's a few simple movements repeated every day. They look so easy that most people think they don't matter until you see what they do for the blood flow in your legs. And here's the best part. One of these movements takes just 2 minutes a day. It pushes a wave of blood from your legs back up to your heart. It works so well that doctors call your calves your second heart. I'm saving that one for last. So if you're 50 or older and your feet feel cold, your legs feel heavy, or your feet tingle and feel numb, stay with me. You're about to learn 5 Japanese movements that get your blood moving again. No pills, no gym, no sweat. Before we start, drop your name and where you're watching from in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Here in the West, we spend billions on supplements, compression socks, and circulation gadgets, and yet so many of us over 50 still deal with cold feet, swollen ankles, that heavy, achy feeling in the legs by evening, and numbness that makes us unsure on our feet. And poor circulation in the legs isn't just uncomfortable. Over time, it's tied to the very thing we fear most as we age, losing our balance, losing our footing, and losing our independence. But look at Japan. People well into their 80s with warm feet, steady legs, and a spring in their step. That's not just luck. And it's not all genetics. Everyday Japanese life is built around small, repeated movements that keep blood flowing through the legs all day long. And the best news? You can borrow every single one of them, starting today. Before we begin, do me one quick favor. Drop your name and where you're watching from in the comments. I love seeing where this community lives. And if your feet ever feel cold, numb, or tingly, just type the word feet so I know to keep making videos like this one. I read every comment. So here's what's actually happening in your legs and why these 5 movements work. Your heart does a magnificent job pumping blood down to your feet. But getting that blood back up against gravity, your heart can't do that alone. It needs help. And that help comes from the muscles in your calves and legs. Every time those muscles squeeze, they act like a second pump, pressing on your veins and pushing blood back up toward the heart. Doctors actually call your calves your second heart. And here's the problem. When we sit too much and move too little, that second heart goes quiet. The blood pools. The legs get heavy, cold, and swollen. The Japanese, almost by accident, built their daily life around keeping that second heart pumping. So let's wake yours back up starting now. We'll count down from 5. Number 5, Sampo, the mindful, slow walk. Forget everything you think you know about walking for exercise. This is not about speed, step counts, or breaking a sweat. Sampo simply means a slow, unhurried walk. In Japan, it is woven into ordinary life, a gentle stroll after dinner, a slow walk to the shop instead of driving. No special shoes, no app barking at you. Here is what the research consistently shows. Gentle, regular walking is one of the most reliable ways to improve circulation in the legs and reduce that heavy, swollen feeling, no gym required. Every step is a squeeze. As your foot rolls and your calf contracts, it presses on the deep veins in your leg and pumps blood upward. the second heart in action. Walking slowly and deliberately actually engages those muscles more fully than rushing because you are not letting momentum do the work for you. Stand tall, soften your shoulders. Take a slow, deliberate step. Heel first, then roll through to the toes and feel the gentle push off. Breathe easily. You should feel your calves working with each step, not your knees straining. Seated, march slowly in your chair, lifting each foot and pressing the ball of the foot back into the floor. Same pumping action, fully supported. For standing progression, add a slight pause and rise onto your toes at the end of each step. Start with just 3 minutes after a meal. Build to 10 to 15 minutes most days. There is no rush. Consistency beats intensity here. The mistake is shuffling, dragging the feet flat. Roll through heel to toe so your calf actually engages. Habit stacking tip, take your sampo right after dinner every night. Your body loves the rhythm. That's number 5, the foundation. But now we are going to get blood moving even faster while you barely move at all. Stay with me. Number 4, the resting squat. Yanki Zuwari. You don't need to do squats. You need to rest in one, the way half the world still does every day. In Japan, squatting down low to wait, to garden, to chat. It is completely normal at any age. We in the West lost this when we filled our lives with chairs and our hips and circulation paid the price. Research links the ability to lower into and rise out of a deep squat with better hip mobility, stronger legs, and greater independence later in life. It is one of the clearest markers of a body that still moves freely. Sinking into a squat opens the hips, ankles, and knees through their full range, which keeps the joints bathed in synovial fluid, your body's built-in joint oil. The deep bend gently compresses and then releases the blood vessels in your legs, like wringing and refilling a sponge, flushing fresh blood through. Stand with feet a little wider than your hips, toes turned slightly out. Hold onto a sturdy counter or chair. Slowly lower your hips down as far as is comfortable, heels staying down if you can. Hold for a breath or two, then rise. Nothing should pinch or sharply hurt. Seated and supported, sit at the front edge of a chair and practice standing up and sitting down slowly without using your hands. Progression. Lower a little deeper each week and eventually hold the bottom position for a few seconds. Begin with a quarter squat, holding support for 3 to 5 slow reps. Build toward a deeper, comfortable hold over several weeks. Don't let your knees cave inward and don't bounce. Slow and controlled. Tip: do a couple of gentle resting squats every time you pick something up off the floor and let life cue the movement. That's 2 down. The next one is the secret weapon of Japanese martial artists, and it floods the legs with blood without taking a single step. Number 3, Kibadachi, the horse stance. This one looks like you are doing nothing. Inside your legs, it is the complete opposite. Kibadachi, the horse riding stance, is a cornerstone of Japanese martial arts, practiced by students and masters alike well into old age. It builds rock-steady legs with 0 pounding on the joints. Holding a steady muscle contraction like this, which is called an isometric hold, is well supported as a joint-friendly way to build leg strength and drive blood through the working muscles, even for people who cannot tolerate high-impact exercise. When you hold the stance, your thigh and hip muscles stay switched on and gently squeezing the whole time. That sustained squeeze acts like a long, steady press on your leg veins, keeping blood circulating powerfully through the lower body. No impact, all benefit. Stand with feet wide, toes pointing forward or slightly out. Keep support nearby. Bend your knees and sink your hips down as if lowering onto a high stool. keeping your back tall and your knees tracking over your toes. Hold, breathe. Feel the warmth build in your thighs. Seated, press your feet firmly into the floor and squeeze your thigh muscles tight for several seconds, then release. The isometric squeeze without the stance. Progression. Sink lower or hold longer. Start with a shallow stance held for just 10 seconds, 2 to 3 times. Build to 30 to 45 seconds as your legs get stronger. Don't hold your breath. Keep breathing steadily the whole time, and don't let the knees collapse inward. Tip: hold your horse stance while you wait for the microwave or the kettle. Found time, found circulation. Halfway home, and your legs should already feel warmer. Number 2 is the single best predictor of how well you'll age on your feet, and almost nobody practices it. Number 2, single leg balance, Katashi Dachi. This isn't about your legs at all. It's about the conversation between your legs and your brain. You'll see older Japanese folks balancing on one leg while brushing their teeth or waiting for tea, a tiny daily habit that pays off for decades. There's even a traditional practice of standing on one leg to build steadiness. Research consistently identifies the ability to balance on one leg as one of the strongest everyday signals of healthy aging, closely tied to fewer falls and longer independence. It's a small test with a big story. Balancing fires up the small stabilizer muscles all the way down your leg and foot, pumping blood into areas that sitting leaves neglected. At the same time, it sharpens proprioception, your body's sense of where it is in space, which is what keeps you steady on uneven ground. Legs and brain working together. Stand tall next to a counter. Rest your fingertips on it. Shift your weight onto one foot and lift the other just 1 inch off the floor. Hold, stay tall, breathe, then switch sides. Feel your foot and ankle making tiny adjustments. That's the work. Seated, lift one foot off the floor and hold it steady, then the other, training the same control with full support. Progression: lighten your fingertip touch. Eventually try with just one finger, then hands hovering nearby. Start with 5 to 10 seconds per leg, holding support. Build to 30 seconds with a light touch. Don't hold your breath or stiffen up. Stay relaxed and let your body micro-adjust. Always have support within arm's reach. Tip: do it every time you brush your teeth. 2 minutes twice a day, built right into your routine. And now, number 1, this is the movement I told you about at the very start. The 2-minute one, the one circulation researchers nicknamed your second heart. Here it is. Number 1, heel raises, the calf pump, Sumasaki Tachi. It looks almost too simple to matter. But this single movement does something for your circulation that nothing else on this list can match. Rising up onto the toes, to reach a high shelf, to peer over a crowd, to bow and rise, is a natural part of daily Japanese movement. Repeated countless times a day, it quietly keeps the legs pumping. Here is the payoff to the promise I made you. Your calf muscles, and especially a deep muscle called the soleus, are so important to moving blood back up your legs that researchers literally call the calf your second heart. And the remarkable part is this: gently activating it for just a couple of minutes can meaningfully boost the return of blood from your legs toward your heart. That's why I saved it for last. When you rise onto your toes, your calf muscles, the gastrocnemius and soleus, contract hard and squeeze the deep veins in your lower leg. That squeeze drives blood upward against gravity, exactly the help your heart cannot provide on its own. Do it rhythmically, and you have turned on a second pump in your body. This is the blood flow movement, and it is the simplest one here. Stand tall behind a sturdy chair, hands resting on the back for support. Slowly rise up onto the balls of your feet, heels as high as comfortable. Pause for a second at the top and feel your calves squeeze. Then lower slowly with controlled movement. Up on a count of 2, down on a count of 2. Seated, sit tall, feet flat, and lift both heels off the floor as high as you can, squeezing the calf muscles. Then lower. This is the famous seated calf raise, and it pumps blood even while you rest. Progression. Once steady, try a single leg heel raise with support, or hold the top for a few seconds. Start with 10 slow raises, twice a day. Build up to 2 minutes of easy, rhythmic raises. That is your daily second heart session. The big mistake is rushing and bouncing. If you let momentum do the work, you skip the squeeze. Go slow and controlled so the calf does the work. And don't lock anything harshly. Keep it smooth. Tip: do your heel raises every single time you stand at the kitchen sink. 2 minutes a day, and your legs will thank you. A few gentle reminders. Always practice near a wall, a countertop, or a sturdy chair. There is no prize for doing these without support. Steadiness comes first. Pain is not progress. A little muscle warmth and effort is good. Sharp pain is your body asking you to stop. And please, if you have a specific condition, circulation issues, a heart concern, or recent surgery, talk to your doctor or physical therapist before starting. And hear me on this. You are not behind. You are just getting started, and that matters more than you know. If this is helping you, do me a favor and subscribe. Having steady, science-based information you can trust is what keeps you moving and progressing for the long term. I make these for you. So there it is. 5 Japanese movements to get the blood flowing through your legs again, and the one I promised you, number 1, the heel raise, your second heart, in just 2 minutes a day. But here is the truth underneath all of it. This isn't a workout plan, and it isn't a trend. It's a return to natural human movement, the way bodies were always meant to move. Because strong, warm, well-circulated legs aren't about athletic performance. They're about freedom. Freedom to stand without that heavy ache. Freedom to walk to see the people you love. Freedom to live independently as the years go by. And you don't have to do all 5 today. You can start with just one. One movement, 1 minute, one choice. And that single decision can ripple out into years of better circulation, better balance, and a life you live on your own 2 feet. So tell me in the comments, which of these 5 movements are you going to start with tonight? I read and reply when I can. And share this with someone you love. Warm, strong legs are a gift worth passing on. If you want to keep going, that video right there on your screen shows you the gentle Japanese routine for steadier balance and fewer falls. It's the perfect next step. I'll see you in that one.